Hi, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So today we're going to do a quick pick a card. May not be quick, but today we're going to see what is your strength and what is your weakness. So may I have one card for group number one for what is their strength? I felt this one. And group number one, what is their weakness? Okay. Group number two, what is their strength? Okay, that's a lot. I said one. I don't know how to do that now. And then what is their weakness for group number two? Group number two, what is the weakness? Thank you. Group number three, what is their strength? I may only do two. Yeah, you get two. Because I still need to make a thumbnail for this. No, I heard three. Okay, group number three, what is their strength? Good, thank you. And the group number three, what is their weakness? What is their weakness for group number three? What is the weakness for group number two? This one. Anything else? Okay. One, two, three. Okay, and so a little bit of a backstory about this. Group number one, strength. I hear some of you have a big heart, right? You have a big heart. And this you would never think is a problem, having a big heart. Group two, what is the strength? But for some of you, this big heart has you breaking your back, as I heard it said, for people who won't even push the wheelchair for you once your back is broken. Now, how does that work, right? So this reading today is coming from that aspect. What are your strengths? So you know your strengths, and many of you may already know your strengths, but do you also know what your weaknesses are so that you have a balance? So that this big heart of yours isn't constantly getting rolled over by an 18-wheeler, okay? And so this brought up some different words when I started to meditate on this, and some of the words were manipulation. So what is manipulation? Manipulation is a tactic to control or play upon someone in a very artful but unfair and in an insidious means, especially to have their own advantage. So let me read that again, group two, please. Manipulation. Manipulation is to control, to play upon in an unfair way, in an insidious way, especially to gain control. Some of the synonyms are being very cunning, to mold you, to direct you, to control you. Manipulation. So one of the synonyms was unscrupulous. Unscrupulous manipulation is having or showing no moral principles, not being honest or fair. Insidious manipulation is proceeding in a very gradual manner. You're very subtle with your techniques and your techniques, but you're doing it with harmful intentions and effects. Okay? So someone can have manipulative, insidious, unscrupulous actions towards you, knowing all along what it is that they intend to do, but not necessarily telling you. So manipulative behavior is when a person uses control and harmful behavior to avoid responsibility, to conceal their true intentions. They may cause doubt and confusion, and we know that confusion divides, it separates, it destroys. And I think there's even a scripture that says something like, God is not the author of confusion, or Satan is the author of confusion, or something like that, right? But confusion. Anyone creating confusion is usually being very manipulative in the fact that they're creating division. Governments do this all the time. They don't want unity. They'll find a way to divide so that it's like a divide and conquer tactic. It's manipulation, right? And so anyone that's usually in a manipulative behavior, they're creating some type of confusion, some type of doubt. Now, other ways of manipulative behavior are gaslighting, straight up just lying, blaming, criticizing, shaming people, especially shaming to damage a person's psychological well-being. Now, some of you may have heard these terms, gaslighting. What is gaslighting, Tony? What you talking about? Well, gaslighting is psychological abuse. It's a person that sows self-doubt, seeking to gain power over you. They want to control you by distorting your reality, forcing you to question your own self and your intuition. This manipulation has you doubting something you know is true. It can be, gaslighting can be spreading rumors, whether the rumors are true or not. Like, spreading rumors is another form of gossiping. So they spread rumors, or they can just blame the victim. You can never do nothing right. It's always your fault. They blame the victim, even though they're the ones that caused the confusion. So let's get into this reading and find out. And that's where, so that's the backstory on where this reading is coming from for those of you who are resonating with this reading. I'm wanting you to recognize what your strengths are as well as your weaknesses, so that you have a more balanced sense of self. This is about self-mastery. When you know your strengths as well as your weaknesses, it makes you that much more impenetrable for someone to manipulate you. It will be more difficult because you can work on the things that you're weak at, because you may see your big heart as one of your strengths, but someone else is looking at it as though they can take your kindness for weakness. You will push the wheelchair for them, but they would just roll over your toes with it. You get it? So this is all about you knowing your strength and your weaknesses so that you're not easily manipulated. So let's get into this reading and find out what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, okay? And I gave us a pile. That's a lot. I gave us a pile for each, okay? Now, this is a kind of a new reading for me, so let's see how the insight, the clarity comes out for us, okay? What are the strengths for group number 1? Thank you. That's a lot. What are the strengths? Let me turn the deck right side up. What are the weaknesses for group number 1? Thank you. What are the strengths for group number 2? Strengths for group number 2. And the weaknesses for group number 2, please. Thank you. And then the strengths for group number 3. Thank you. And then the weaknesses for group number 3. And then we'll get right into your messages. Weaknesses for group number 3, please. What are the weaknesses for group number 3? I need you to come out. What are the weaknesses for group number 3? That's too many. Come on. Get it together. Show me clearly. What are the weaknesses for group number 3? Group number 3, y'all ain't got no weaknesses? Or maybe not from this deck. Okay. One more time. Let's try it again. What are the weaknesses for group number 3? Okay, thank you. Took you long enough, baby. All right, and then I do want to do one more thing. We started with the tarot, so I'm going to end with some tarot cards as well. But this is a different deck, so this will be the guidance. Do I do that now? How do I do that? No, I'll pull that in the reading for what your guidance is with this deck, okay? So, group number 1. Your strengths are the King of Cups. Your weaknesses are the Justice and the Emperor. Interesting. I don't even know how to read that. Group number 3, your strengths are the 9 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. And your weaknesses are the Moon. And group number 3, your strength is the 5 of Cups. That's your strength. And the weakness is the 2 of Pentacles. Like I said, this is a different type of reading. So you're going to have to work with me. Weakness, strength, 3. Weakness, strength, 2. Weakness, strength. Group number 1, we're going to start out with your strengths. We have the King of Cups here as your key card, key focus, key energy. And we have dreams with driving and angry people. I gotta laugh because these 2 cards came out in a very short video that I just read with I think it's the reading before this one where I just uploaded it. No thumbnail because technology was doing its own thing. But moving forward, healer, celebration, rainbow with blessings, knock knock, rebirth, take responsibility for your actions, in reverse, Isa, hidden knowledge, Akashic records, and change. So group number 1, your strengths are having control of your emotions. You're a very loving person, very caring. You may also resonate with being a healer. Your strength is that you know how to move forward. Even after being hurt, you know how to find the blessing in even when the things are going wrong. You allow for change to occur because change is one of the very few constants that we have. Things change, they transform. And I get this energy, tend to go with the flow. And if you're not, then this is what you're being encouraged to do as a part of your strength, to be able to allow a rebirth to happen, to heal yourself and heal your emotions and celebrate life, the ups and the downs. You also are being encouraged to not engage with angry people. This would be a great strength for you because angry people tend to lower your vibration. Group number 1, you guys are drivers, good drivers. You may be an actual driver for some of you. I don't know, Uber, 18-wheelers, whatever that may be. But driving means in this aspect as one of your strengths is that you live your life as you drive. You don't plan too far ahead because you know that change can occur. You may start out in one direction on a route and find yourself having a detour, and you're okay if that detour takes you out on the scenic route with celebration here, where you can see the wonders of nature, the canyons that were carved from many huge floods from long ago, seeing the different aspects of the landscape from a very lush environment to the marsh and the waterfalls, to looking up and seeing a beautiful rainbow, or just being out in the desert. Enjoying those blessings of life and taking responsibility of your actions is your strength, group number one. So life isn't always ice cream and rainbows. Sometimes you miss a flight. Sometimes you get a flat tire. These are some of the things that, even though you made plans to drive a certain way, that can detour you, cause you to take a change, a different route in your life. But it doesn't mean that things have to end because you had to go in a different direction. No, it actually may be taking you, as I said, on a more scenic route where you may run into someone, something, or a particular place that enlightens you, that allows you to see, experience something serendipitous, something different than you actually ever even expected. You may find yourself taking a detour or having a flat tire just to meet the person who helped you change the tire as your future mate or something like that. Take it as it resonates. You missed the plane because there was an upgrade on another flight for you. Whatever it may be, right? There's a blessing in the hiccups of life, right? And so this is a strength for you, group number one, being able to control your emotions and still find the blessing in life. Many of you have a very intense, silent, strong. This King of Cups gives me the strong, silent type. Like you're in touch with your emotions, but you may not say a lot. You don't feel like sometimes there's a need for a lot of words or even getting all up in your feelings and throwing a rage. No, you're very balanced with it, and you can allow the change and see where it's taking you and why. Many of you have this very silent understanding of things because you have hidden knowledge. For many of you, some of you know that you have the ability to tap into the Akashic records, and this is a part of your strength as well, because you're able to receive ancient wisdom that not everyone receives. Card number 52 here. This is a part of that change that happens. 5 is the change too within your partnerships, and the partnerships could be on any aspect. This isn't always romantic. This is with the people that you meet day to day. Like I said, you can meet someone that helps you change your tire or get your car back on the road, and you guys make a great connection. It could be a connection for a future business venture. It could be just receiving a tad bit of knowledge. Maybe this is someone that was meant to come along your path, written in your Akashic records, that was going to help you uplift, move something, motivate something, inspire, and or inspire you. Take it as it resonates. Maybe you were meant to inspire them, or they were meant to inspire you. But even in just that brief moment of meeting, for some of you, there was something that was exchanged, something that was written within your Akashic records. So sometimes when it looked like there's turbulent things that are going on, group number one, your strength is being able to tap into your emotions and not get frustrated. Some may call you stoic, like you don't express your emotion, because you would think with the King of Cups, if you're happy and you got a whole cup of love and a sector there and your emotions are all around you, like good things are coming in. There's a boat back here, there's turtle and fish over here, and it's like you think you'd be smiling, right? But it's like your joy is on the inside, and you realize that not everyone wants to see you happy. Some people are angry, so you're very you take responsibility for how you decide to show your actions. Some people who are angry will get angry with you just for smiling. Now, that's not stopping you from smiling on the inside. You just raise an eyebrow and you keep it pushing with angry people, is what I'm getting here. And if you're not, then that's a part of what you're being encouraged to do, because you're in the driver's seat of your life. So you drive your emotions. Many of you receive this hidden knowledge within your dreams, and you're not afraid to follow your dreams, group number one. This is a part of your strength. So don't give up. If something makes you happy, just do it. Okay, so you didn't get to that trip on that flight right away. You don't have to give up on it. Still do it if it's something that's going to make you happy, because No matter what, all in all, knock, knock. The divine is knocking at your door, knocking at your heart, knocking at your crown chakra to give you this hidden wisdom, hidden knowledge, so that you can have a silent understanding of what is happening, what is occurring for you. For many of you, it's so that you can heal certain aspects within self. Sometimes things look like they're going wrong, but it's really when the rain comes in your life, it's just so the rainbow can come out. There's no rainbow without the rain. At least I haven't seen it yet, but anything is possible, right? So some of you have these hiccups in life, group number one, but that's a part of your strength, is knowing when it's time to move on and how to move on. I just heard expeditiously. Because when you shoot an arrow, it's not turning back. It's not a boomerang. It's going straight for its course. So many of you are taking responsibility of your actions. You know that you receive hidden knowledge, and you know that a lot of this knowledge is coming, is allowing for you to have a rebirth that is going to allow you to heal certain aspects of self so that there can be change. And this change is going to assist you with celebrating your strengths. Okay, group number one. So those are your strengths, right? And I think I'm going to do the rest of them backwards. I want to find out what your weaknesses are and then end them with your strengths, because I want you to stay focused on the positive, okay? But those are your positive aspects, group number one. So if you guys need to rewind this back to get the insight on that, just know that the King of Cups energy is your strength, okay? Being in control of your emotions and not dealing with angry people and who carry a consistent vibration of anger. 1 minute they happy, the next minute they angry. They don't even know why they angry, just fussing and carrying on for no reason. Angry people, do not engage with angry people. That's a part of your strength, group number one, okay? Now, group number one, your weaknesses. Well, you have the Justice and the Emperor. Interesting. Your weakness is being the Emperor. The Emperor. Let's get into this. Okay, well, I don't know. This one's in reverse, so we're going to take it in the reverse. Animals. So right side up, it says, how lucky are we to be able to have pets in our lives, okay? But it's here in the reverse, and I'm taking it in the reverse because the other one came out upright, and it says water has a memory, okay? So soul awakening is your weakness. Interesting. Dance. Unconditional love. You also have shaman as healing. Wrecking ball. Soul healing. You are never alone. Strength. You have hummingbird with joy. Clarity, go with the flow, death and rebirth, miracles, and shamanic journey. Okay. Your weakness is not being fair and want to be in control of everything. For some of you, your weakness is that you don't like animals or you don't have an animal. That's different. How lucky are we to be able to have pets in our lives? For some of you, it's something that you've done to an animal. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to give it to you how I'm getting this download. Some of you could have been angry little kids and you tortured animals as a child. I'm going to say as a child because I'm hoping no grown adult is out there torturing animals or just has a very disdain for animals, okay? But this is what I'm getting. This is a part of the weaknesses that you are receiving, right? Many of you don't stand up right for your animals. Interesting. Your weakness is that you want to be in control, but you don't find joy, or you don't bring joy across the board. Strength and weaknesses. Your weakness is that, okay, that's for some of you. I'm also getting this download. Some of you, your weakness is that you want to be fair to everyone. Like, you're the boss. So this is two sets. That's interesting. This is two sets of you. Some of you, your weakness is that you want to be in control of everything. But are you being fair when you're in control of everything? That's for some of you. Let me go a little bit deeper and find out what's this wrecking ball. Because you have the wrecking ball here as one of your weaknesses. So, what is this wrecking ball? Card number 46 for the weaknesses of group number 2. Anything else? Weaknesses. For group number 1, excuse me. Group number 1, wrecking ball. So the wrecking ball is that you tend to do things alone. Again, I'm getting this in two ways. So for the set of you who like to be in control, but need to find a way to make things fair, it's because you're not seeking guidance, wisdom, insight. This is your weakness, needing to go in for introspection as you're having a new beginning, because you're never alone. So you're not doing things alone. You may feel like you're in control of everything, but really and truly, no, we're collective consciousness. Now, we do have our own individual soul's path, and we do have to make individual decisions for self. But even the decisions you make for yourself ripple out towards others. That's for the first group of you. For this other section of you that I'm picking up on, it's like you're the boss, but you don't like to make the tough decisions. You try to be fair to everyone. But it's your thoughts sometimes, because your thoughts are a part of that ripple effect. So taking the time out to do the introspection for some of you is the wrecking ball. It is the weakness. Some of you, the weakness is that you came into this lifetime to have this soul awakening so that soul healing can occur, so that you could come into this ancient wisdom about healing, about unconditional love. It felt like it's a weakness, but it's really teaching you about joy. It's teaching you about how to go with the flow, that miracles are possible, and that your soul chose this journey, this shamanic journey, and it's assisting you with gaining more clarity so that you're able to release any illusion and you're able to plan better. Some of you are discovering that water does have memory, so that you're able to speak. And we're made up of water, 70% water, right? So some of you, one of the weaknesses is you need to drink more water. But as you drink the water, infuse it with positive affirmation, positive words. You can speak to water because water crystals have memory. So you can speak health, you can speak wealth, you can speak success. Some of you work with water deities, but you work with water. Water is a big thing for many of you, and we know that the moon affects the water. So for some of you who have cycles, women with wombs, you have cycles. During that time, you may find yourself needing to drink more water, and as you're drinking the water, speak to the water. You may also find yourself, when you take a bath, to speak in the shower, healing over yourself. There's something about speaking balance in your health, speaking balance and joy into the positions that you carry authority over. Because many of you are having this soul awakening about how to be fair to yourself, how to balance things out, your weakness. I'm also getting something else. Some of you, the weakness is that you dealt with an emperor, someone who was a boss. Some of you dealt with someone that thought that they were being just, but they were balancing the scales in their own favor, and it caused a wrecking ball. Some of you, some will call it how I see it. Some of you are dealing with an Aries, a Libra, or it doesn't have to be, but these are the signs I'm seeing, and or a Virgo, that caused a wrecking ball in your life. The weakness is that you had to go through a soul awakening. The weakness is that they came with a wrecking ball, not realizing that you were not alone spiritually, but it taught you your strength. It caused you to tap into your soul healing. It caused you to come into your shamanic powers, for many of you, of healing. Because you're weak with, and I'm not calling unconditional love weak. It's the fact that they saw that you were unconditionally loving, and they use that as a wrecking ball to come in and try to use your emotions against you. But all it did was propel you into a soul awakening. And for many of you, they thought it would be your weakness, the fact that you are unconditionally loving. But all it did was allow you to go through a soul awakening and have a soul healing. It brought you into your healing abilities. It taught you yourself that you're not alone and that you're stronger than you recognize that you were. You also probably have a lot of water elements within you, because water is very big here. But it showed you the miracles that can happen with when you tap into ancient wisdom, when you're connected with higher forces. It taught you how to go with the flow. It gave you more clarity. It brought you into your purpose. So what looked like a weakness actually turned out to be your strength. For some of you, I'm getting someone did something even to your animal. So group number 1 is interesting because this is a collective reading, but I'm picking up on like 3 energies, but that last one was the biggest one that's coming through most powerful. For some of you, I'm going to go back over the 3 again so that it's more coherent, okay? There's a section of you that your weakness is that you want to be fair, and you're knowing that you're in control, or you want to be in control, right? But the way that you're in control is you want to do it alone. And that's a part of your wrecking ball, is because you don't go for introspection. But this is okay. It's a weakness, or you're learning this about your shadow self, so that you can have this soul awakening, so that you can go through this death, ego death for some of you, and have a rebirth. A rebirth that's going to assist you with gaining more clarity and going with the flow. Okay? You're able to tap into your emotions more instead of just being logical. That's for some of you. For another section of you, you are unconditionally loving. You're fair. Even as a boss, you want to see everyone on your team elevated, not just some. It's like there's a plate at the table for everyone, for you. And some saw this as a weakness, your kindness as a weakness. And so they bought in wrecking balls. But it taught you to go within. It taught you soul healing. This is a part of, so some, you have to take it as it resonates. Some saw this as your weakness, because I put strength What are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? So this is how some people are looking at what was a weakness for you. And for some of you, this is the weakness that was for you. Your wrecking ball, your weakness was that you care for people. But you have to decide if that's a weakness or a strength, because some people saw it as a weakness, so they wanted to use your emotions against you. Having that big heart. Remember I said that at the beginning of the reading. Some of you have a big heart. Even if you tend to be alone, you still want to see other people thrive as well, not just surviving or struggling, right? And so you had someone that wanted to be in control of you. They thought they were your emperor. You had someone else that decided that they were going to be the one to dole out the justice. They would decide what was fair for you or what you should or shouldn't get. And you had someone that wanted you to be alone. Only they could be the one that you communicated with or something like that. This is what I'm seeing. This is for some of you, right? But all that did was let you know that you were stronger than you thought you were, and that you are never alone. And it helped you to get basically into your soul's purpose. Some of you found out that you were healers by dealing with these people. And I'm getting male energy here. The fact that all three of these are men on the board. So there was like a group of men that some of you were dealing with. And I'm getting this is more on a spiritual level. This is like behind the scenes. Some of you may not even have met these people in person, but somehow they know of you spiritually. And they were in your energy creating wrecking balls because they thought you were alone. But it's like you're never alone. You always have angels and ancestors. And all this did was gave you more clarity on the spiritual realm. So what some thought was a weakness actually turned out to be your strength. And I'll take this as it resonates. Like I said, some of you, your weakness is that you straight up want to be the boss. You want to control how things are doled out, what the justice is. And some of you wanted to do it alone. And that's a part of your weakness. For others of you, you had someone in your energy that was deciding that they were your boss. Someone else deciding that they knew what was best for you. Someone else that just wanted you to be alone. But you tapped into your joy, or this is how you're going to overcome this weakness, is by allowing this ego death, a death and rebirth process, tapping into your joy, going with the flow, and knowing that there are miracles that are possible, baby. And I get this energy for real. Some of you, someone did something to one of your animals, to a pet. Take it as it resonates. Okay, I'm going to come out of this energy because the more I sit with this, the darker the messages tend to get. I'm not kidding you right now. And it's bringing my energy down, so we're closing this out, group number one. The pros of the weakness of this is that you learned who you are spiritually and just how strong you are. You didn't know just how strong you were until these wrecking balls came through. They may have wanted you to feel alone, hermit, right? And you took that being alone now as a strength. It's like for some of you, I'm getting what looked like a weakness is actually your strength. So being able to be alone and be with self. Being able to actually look at self and go in for introspection, because this lamp isn't lighting up what's far ahead of you, it's lighting up what's around you. But this is a light that also lights up what's inside of you. So you figured out what was inside of you. You actually decided you liked being alone. You could dance in the dark all by yourself. How's that song go? Dancing. I hear this song, Dancing in the Dark. There's a song, Dancing in the Dark. I'm only hearing that part. Dancing in the dark. So some of you, you dance in the dark by yourself, where someone thought they were isolating you, or that you having unconditional love for people was a weakness. It actually propelled you into tearing down. Wrecking ball came through what was a false foundation and allowed you to tap into your strength. It allowed you to know how to work with water for healing. If you're not, these are the encouragements to strengthen yourself when it comes to your weaknesses. Because for many of you, and there's healing here, like, how many cards do I have for healing? You have the shamanic, ancient healing wisdom here. You have shamanic journey here, doubling that. You have a soul awakening that's occurring. This, what looked like a weakness for many of you, it propelled you into your awakening, into your purpose, into healing. Oh, and soul healing. I knew I saw another one. But it also showed you that miracles are possible, and that all it did was assist you to tap into ancient wisdom. So there's a set of you where it really is your weakness, where you just want to be the boss and be in control of things, feeling like you're the god of someone's life and wanting to isolate them. And there's another set of you where I feel like this is where, so I'm getting like the manipulator and the person that was manipulated. Take it as it resonates. You're either the manipulator in this aspect of the weakness, or you're the one that was manipulated. But even if you're the one that was manipulated, it propelled you into your soul awakening. And those that were manipulated, you too could have had a soul awakening that looked like it was your weakness because you needed to be in control, but it allowed you to go through the ego death and realize what unconditional love was. So there's a synergy there. It played a part. Okay? It all played a part together in soul healing. So that was a different kind of weakness. Okay, Divine, I see how you're working this. Thank you for that insight, ancestors. Thank you for the guidance. That was different, group number one. Thank you for that. Like I said, I haven't done this kind of reading, so we're tapping into things a different way today, okay? Hope you guys got the insight on that. Okay, so let's get to this. Okay, I gotta keep these separate because I gotta do the thumbnail. So this was one. This was, I'm gonna turn them backwards. And this was the strength, and this was the weakness for one. And then two, this is the strength. So let's get into your strengths. Your strength is, I don't know how this is strength. Knight of Cups, Four of Cups, and Nine of Swords. But actually, I feel like it came out like this. So, Nine of Swords, Four of Cups, and Knight of Cups. And then you're awesome. And reflection, and purification with rain, solar powered, and clarity. Everyone has value, and the Manas rune with human, trust, courage, and bright heart light. So, group number one, your strengths are that you take time to reflect. You don't mind reflection. You'll look at yourself to gain more clarity. You may actually feel anxiety when you miss an opportunity or you make a mistake. This is a strength, right? And your strength is that you are willing to still offer something when okay. Oh, okay, we're gonna have to, oh no, wait, dang, can I do it now? I wanted to offer some advice for group number one. I think they got it clear. I think, no, okay, we're gonna have to keep it simple. I think they got it because of how that ended. Okay, so back to group number two. My apologies, group number two. Your strength is that you're coming into the awareness now that everyone has value. So I get this energy that some of you may have judged people, and this kept you up at night, or you were having thoughts about this. You couldn't sleep because you devalued someone. Someone may have offered you something and you decided, nah, you ain't really my cup of tea. So I don't really want what's in your cup. And the divine might have been the one handing you that cup. Like, you can't see everything about this person. You don't have full clarity on it. So let us assist you. And you were like, nah, divine, like, they're not fine enough, or like they don't have enough money, like, and then, like, you sat around and you meditated, you reflected, and you thought about it, like, group number 2, what if somebody did that to me? So your strength is that you're willing to reflect. And when you did this reflection and you sat with the divine, you realized that everyone has value. And then you gained more clarity on your actions. It was a spiritual lesson for you, and it took great courage. This is your strength. This is your strength, group number 2, because you trusted the divine. You trusted the process. You trusted that it's time to acknowledge your misdeeds as well as your strengths, the big and the small, and celebrate it all, right? Because everyone does have value. We may not see the value of them, but you weren't here created if you're, I just heard, if you're a being with a soul, because some beings are not soulless. I don't know where that's going, but either way, and I got that because of this Mana's room. This world is taking a different turn right now. This is a side note. So there are some soulless beings, but that's neither here nor there. Well, maybe it is here and there, because group number 2, you're able to tap into that wisdom. Those that have a heart, you're able to connect with their heart. So you're finding a way to balance your heart chakra. You're having the courage to trust the process. You're recognizing that you have your own inner light, and it reflects out as well. And you're being more aware, as a part of your strength, of what it is that you're reflecting out. You want your light to be crystal clear, no cloudiness. So you're not, so you're purifying your energy and your thoughts so that your heart can flow freely, so that you're able to actually offer a cup of love and speak with love and receive love, is what I'm getting. This is a part of your strength, group number 2, is the fact that you're willing to do the inner work. You're willing to reflect. You're willing to tap into your own solar power energy and recognize that, yo, maybe I need to sit under this tree and meditate a little bit, because something doesn't feel right on the inside. At night, I'm not sleeping well. So you sat with the divine and said, I trust you. Give me the courage. Give me the courage to speak with kindness, to move with kindness, to clear my mind, to clear my heart, to clear my energy, to shine my light bright. And the divine is saying, baby, that's your strength right there. That's a strength that a lot of people don't have. They don't have the courage to sit with self. And that's what makes you awesome, group number 1, because you do acknowledge the big and the small. Everyone has value, no matter how little it may look like they have in their bank account, or no matter how the world may say they're not beautiful because they're not a 36, 24, 36. Or today with the BBLs is 36, 20, whatever the hell the measurements are. You know where I'm going. Or because they don't have the lip injections or the lace front. Like, you still recognize that people have value. They may not have a 6-figure bank account, or seven figure, whatever it is. But does that mean they're any less valuable? This is a part of your strength, group number one. And so you're coming into your own light and you're trusting the process, you're trusting the Most High, you're keeping the courage up, you're acknowledging when something doesn't feel right to you. Many of you are recognizing when something doesn't feel right to you, that you're not sleeping well. So then you purify your thoughts so that you can gain more clarity. You sit with self. And then you keep your heart open. You still allow the cycle of confusion so that your heart is closed off to end. And then you allow it to open up to a more abundant vibration. This is a part of your strength, group number two. So let's find out, now that we have your strengths, what are your weaknesses? Okay, hold please. Okay, that was a brief intermission there. So here is your weaknesses, group number two. Your weaknesses are the moon, intimate relationships, initiation, dragonfly with emergence, all in, universal light, forgive yourself, joy, focus, and powering over difficulty. So group number two, your weakness is trusting your intuition. Sometimes when the path isn't clear, you're not sure how you should emerge. When the path doesn't seem all the way clear, you're not sure how to go all in. And so you may doubt yourself. Your weakness is forgiving yourself for when you make a mistake. You have this weakness with allowing yourself to just feel joy with the people you connect with, and focusing on your joy, reclaiming your power, and powering over difficulties. Many of you are not always trusting of people. This could be because you've been hurt within friendships, but friendship is the foundation of any good relationship. So some of you may find a weakness in making connections to others. You also have initiation here. I'm not sure why this is a weakness. So let's go a little bit deeper and find out why. Why would initiation be a weakness? Going all in and forgiving yourself. Your weakness is the moon. Trusting your intuition about relationships and who to connect with. Trusting your intuition when you're powering over difficult situations and staying focused. What is initiation for group number two? Why is this initiation here as a weakness? Anything else? Okay. You have the Sun, the Ace of Cups, the Six of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Initiation. Past, you felt. So, some of you happy new love from the past. Okay, so in the past, because some of you felt rejected or left out in the cold from certain groups, initiation, people who you considered friends, you're having difficulty because these intimate relationships were a part of your weakness. You cared for people, but it's like you didn't trust your intuition when certain things came up. Because you're usually a happy-go-lucky type of person, you have this initiation for new love again. For some of you, from someone from your past, but for others of you, it's because of your past. and someone rejecting you or leaving you out in the cold, that you're not moving forward in a big way. This is a part of your weakness. You don't want to take the risk, or you feel like you're new at this. You may feel like you're not, like you don't know how to go about this, bringing joy into this situation, how to be all in. And it's tough to forgive yourself for the past mistakes you've made when it came to intimate relationships for some of you. This is a part of your weakness. You're finding it difficult to find joy in connecting with people again. And it's because you guys have been hurt. You've done some healing, I can tell. And it's like you may have forgiven others, but you haven't forgiven yourself. Oh. But it's like you have the magic within you with Wizard of the Woods to get grounded, to ground your emotions, to balance your heart. But you have to focus on that. This is why it's a part of your weakness, is because you, the wizard, is like the magician. You're not using the tools you have to transmute this energy. And a part of the tools you have is tapping into the joy. Do you see how they're like dancing, arms in the air, and this little child here on the sun, on the horse, is like in a joyful state as well? The joy is going to help you. It's like tapping back into your joy. Initiating your joy is what's going to help you overcome this weakness. Any past, it's like this is past stuff. So stop focusing on it. This is what's making you weak or a part of your weaknesses. You have the Chariot here, Chariot style, big energy. Some of you feel weak because you don't have a car. For some of you, something about a car. Some of you aren't taking a big chance because you feel like you don't want others watching you, watching your mistakes, because you're kind of new at something. This is a part of your weakness, but it's like you have this universal light that's shining out of you and shining towards you. The universal light is you tapping into a deeper side of the collective consciousness. It's like you've crossed over into something. You've been initiated, right? The stars are aligning, like literally for you. But it's like you're not taking joy in the things that are emerging for you. Group number 2, this is a part of your weakness. So it's time for you to forgive yourself, baby love, and go all in. Like, it's okay. It's okay to go all in and forgive yourself. It's okay to go all in and come full out like the sun in the noonday. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the things that you do. Enjoy love. It is okay to enjoy intimate relationships. But for some of you, it makes you feel weak. Like that is your weakness. Your heart is your weak spot, and you're trying to find a way to balance it out because you don't like being hurt. Nobody does, though. And so some of you don't want to take a risk on this. You're like, I did that in the past, divine, and I done my healing, and I'm emerging now, and you want me to do what? You want me to, you offering me a cup of love, and I appreciate it, divine. I really, really do. I do. But the problem is that I don't really think I want to go all in like that again. And the divine is like, baby, it's an 8. This is the year of 8. This is your abundance year. Abundance in all aspects of your life. So we need you to let go of that weakness of fear of being hurt, of others watching you fail again, of receiving messages and being happy to give messages. For some of you, it's like you speak or something. The thoughts you have could actually inspire others. But some of you, you're afraid of certain messages that are coming out or coming to you. And the divine is saying, even if It hurts. There's something for you to learn. But I don't feel like this is going to hurt, group number 2. It's really going to be joy. The first 2 cards out for this initiation was the Sun and the Ace of Cups, baby. It's like new energy, but you have to forgive yourself and trust your intuition. Your key card was the Moon. That's about your feelings and your emotions and tapping into your feeling and your emotions. And knowing that it's okay to have friends. You'll figure out who's worthy of your friendship and who's not. Because I get with this group, you guys are loyal. And so when you move for someone, you move in a big way. But it hurts when you come out as a whole Sun and then you get like people that just watch you. Like, she about to mess this up again. He about to mess this up again. He gonna try love again. She gonna try again. She still believes she can have a friend after we 10 of swords, him or her. And the divine is saying, hell yeah. You've been initiated, baby. You did the work. Forgive yourself. You forgave others. Now it's time for you to forgive yourself. And go all in for this abundance. Whatever that means for you. Whether it's friendship, romantic relationships, whether it's a business venture, whatever it is, let it be the joy that motivates you. If it feels good, do it, baby. Now, take that in context, because I don't want nobody to be like, crack feels good, I'm a crackhead. I'm not talking like that. I don't want nobody to be like, listen, we working in context here. If it's high vibrational, if it's something that's going to cause you confusion, it may not be the thing to do. If you're thinking of crossing a certain boundary or a certain line and it makes you feel confused sexually, mentally, physically, spiritually, that's not what I'm talking about. This joy resonates with you. It feels good to your soul. Just so nobody don't twist my words up. Be like, you said if it feels good, do it. In context, baby. Everything has context. Don't get it twisted, all right? So, group number 2, your weaknesses are for you to go ahead, baby love, and trust your intuition. You haven't been trusting your intuition because you've forgiven everyone else, but you didn't forgive yourself. And we all make mistakes. Think about it, group number 2. What have you learned? Because what you learned is actually the strength. Don't allow it to continue to feel like a weakness. There are things that are emerging for you in love and friendship in life to bring you more joy. So focus on the joy and being all in. That's going to assist you with reclaiming your power and powering over these difficulties. Okay, group number 2, that has been what your weaknesses are for this strength and weaknesses reading here, okay? Trust your intuition, baby. You went through all of that for a reason, and it taught you to trust. It strengthened your intuition, so now trust it, okay? So, this is the weaknesses, and this is the strengths for group number 2. So I'm going to put the strengths on the top and the weaknesses. I'm doing that because I still need to take the thumbnail and I need to figure out how I'm going to take the thumbnail, or, you know, so you can choose whatever group you chose, you know. Okay, so now how do we have this? I have the strengths on top. All right, and then this is the weaknesses for group 3. So group number 3, your strength is the 5 of Cups. You also have boundaries and spirit guides. You have transformation, reflection, laser beam. You have I am presence. Abundance is your right. Home, strength, and precognition. Okay, well that's beautiful. So, okay, I get it now. Oh, my spirit guides are funny sometimes. I swear, you guys. Okay, look, y'all. Group number 3. Your strength is that you actually have feelings, and it's not a bad thing, baby. You care, right? when you knew that you made a mistake, or something got knocked over, some people would laugh at you because you spilled the milk. Because a lot of people like to say 5 of Cups is spilt milk, right? Crying over spilt milk. But your spirit guides is saying kudos to you for having empathy, for recognizing that you spilt the milk, and that now all you have to do is turn around because they're there with you. Lift your head up and you still got 2 cups. And in one of those cups, it's your spirit guides that are assisting you to connect with the other side so that you can get over whatever was spilled and have it back that much more in abundance, because abundance is your birthright. So it's like, wow, you crying over 3 cups, they trying to give you 10 cups, baby. But it's your strength because you literally have feelings. You care when something goes wrong. And that's not a bad thing. That's literally like, that's what's up. Because in this world today, with so many people like wanting to take advantage of other people, they don't take that time to realize that everyone else has feelings as well. Or they don't tap into their own feelings. Sometimes it's just about the money. Forget the feelings, right? But it's like now, because you know that you have very strong connections to your emotions, to your feelings, you're now learning to set boundaries. This is also a part of your strength. Like you crying over the spilled milk or having your feelings hurt has assisted you with strengthening your boundaries, being able to set clear boundaries, especially when people's behavior is unacceptable. So now you're more focused and you don't have to knock over the 3 cups. You're able more now to focus on moving towards 10 cups. And your spirit guides are here with you. They're assisting you with channeling certain messages that are assisting you with having transformation, and you're now stronger. You're like an oak tree, not easily bending, not easily swayed, not easily to keep your head down because of the 3 cups that you knocked over. You're able to now reflect on, yes, what happened, what knocked those 3 cups over. But after you're done reflecting, you turn around, come out of that winter phase, transform, and move into more abundance. You now see what doors you can walk through stronger now because you took the time to reflect. And now that you have that strength, you're able to connect with the divine, your spirit guides, to receive these messages that are being channeled to you, channeling. So some of you are receiving messages like you're a channeler, right? You don't even, it's like because of what was spilled over, what went wrong, it allowed you to tap into your channeling abilities. You receive messages in a multitude of ways. You're now able to pay attention to when you're receiving messages, whether it's through you walking by and hearing a conversation, whether it's something that pops up on your phone and you know that that's a download or that some information is being channeled to you, whether you're listening to music, whether you're doing tarot cards or you're just watching something on TV or you're taking a walk outside and the birds do something different. You know now you're recognizing when there are messages that are being channeled to you, and now that's a strength that you have. This tapping into your I am presence is allowing you to focus, laser beam focus on what makes you feel abundant. Because abundance is not just in monetary value. It's not. We appreciate the money, yay, ooh, money, great. But there is an abundance of ways to feel wealthy. Because abundance is about wealth, and wealth is not just about money. It's about a stable mind. It's about a balanced heart, being able to give and receive love. It's about having those that truly, genuinely care for you, not just for what they can get or manipulate out of you. It's about connecting with the divine and having spirit guides that got your back and ancestors. You know, like all of those things come into making abundance. It's not just about money. I know a lot of well, actually, I don't. Let me correct that. I've heard of a lot of people having money and still not being happy. That's why you'll get people that have all the money in the world and still will commit suicide. When you could have someone who has little of material gains and is just the happiest go lucky person. It's the abundance of it all, not just the money, honey. Okay, so it's like group number 2, your strength also is that you guys have a psychic ability with precognition here, and you're able to receive visions of the future. So going through this phase, this cycle, because it's just a cycle, and you needed that cycle to assist you with being able to focus when you're having certain visions on why you're having them. Being able to tap into your emotions and feel something is actually a strength, because some people don't have empathy, and some people don't even have control of their emotions. So you're able to feel your emotions and have it be a strength to you. But now you have this focus, this strength to know that, okay, things are going to go wrong, but there are still some things that are still right. Things that allow me to connect with my spirit guides and connect with the spiritual realm. When I feel down, there's a reason I'm feeling down. What is this message? What am I learning? What is the vision that I'm receiving about this? Where is it taking me? Where is my soul being guided to? If I'm not happy in a situation, then that means this area, this place, these people are not resonating with me. And there's something in the future that I'm being guided to. So I'm being guided away from certain situations. This is a part of your strength, group member 3. You're finding where you feel at home, like where you're comfortable, where you don't have to dread, like not just being at home in your body, but being home on the spiritual. And then in the physical, it's like those that make you feel at home. You don't feel like you got to change yourself or look a certain way. Because let's keep it real, y'all. When you sitting around the house, you ain't decked to the nines. You don't got on your spiffiest of clothes. You lounging around in some old torn up jeans and probably a t-shirt that got a stain on it. But you still want somebody that accepts you for who you are if you haven't shaved that day. Or if you walking around without your wig on and your hair look a hot ass mess. But they still love you because it's home and they recognize that you're home. Many of you want someone that makes you feel like that spiritually and physically. They know that it's just because you're home and you don't plan on going anywhere for a day or two. But they're not judging you because, you done been around the house all day. Did you even wash your... You know where I'm going with that. Some people will find anything to try to make you feel down about yourself. So you want people that make you feel like home, where you can feel at home, feel at peace, spiritually and in the physical. Because if you can't be at peace at home, then what's the point? If you always got somebody fussing at you around the house, what's the point? You can't never just relax. What is the point? You want to go where it feels like home. What Stephanie Mills said, when I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. She said, I wish I were home, I wish I were back there. Blah, 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 blah. You know the rest of the song. Because you feel abundant when you're at home. So many of you are setting your boundaries now with people that don't make you feel like home. You're tapping into your strength and you're having future visions of what home could look like on earth, within self. Yeah, and this is a part of your strength, group number 1. Many of you are tapping into your precognition abilities, and this precognition, these future visions, your psychic ability is a part of your strength. And it helped you to get tapped in all because you are connected to your emotions, okay? It's just now you're setting boundaries so that you're not overly emotional, but you're able to balance out your emotions and still see the good, the abundance in it all. Okay, group number 2. So that has been your strengths, because your emotions allowed you to tap into the change, the transformation that needed to occur. If something doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel like home, then you turn around, you take your 2 cups, and you move on down the road, ease on down the road to somewhere that feels like home. You're okay with setting boundaries now. You have a very clear focus on how to set boundaries for what makes you feel like home, which is a part of your strength. And you now know that I am is 2 of the most powerful words, and whatever you put behind it is what you're able to call forth. Okay? So continue to find your home place, the place that feels like home, knowing that you're connected to your spirit guides, and anytime that you don't feel connected, you feel sad or depressed or crying over spilt milk, know that they're always sending you messages, okay? And you can always seek the guidance and the messages. Okay, group number 3. So that is your strength. Let's get to your weaknesses. So the weakness here, we have the 2 of Pentacles as your key card, key focus, key energy. Communicating with all 4 clairs is a weakness. Interesting. We have self-mastery, dance with celebration, live wire, determination, practice moderation, patience is a virtue, Burkana with birch, uncertainty, and friendships, support, fun, and unity. So group number 3, your weakness is that sometimes you feel uncertain about things. You're not sure. You're like, should I go? Should I stay? Should I do it? Should I don't? I don't know. For some of you, the uncertainty comes in your finances. You're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I'm not sure how to do it. I don't know. So when you're uncertain, it's like, because that's your weakness, it's just that you're learning to come into your self-mastery now, right? You're learning to be more confident within self. This is what was a weakness for many of you. It still may be a weakness depending on where you are in the timeline, but you have this determination, is what I'm getting, to get towards self-mastery. Many of you, your weakness is being patient. You want things to happen right away. When you recognize that something needs to change, you want it to change instantly. But it's like sometimes you don't have all of the steps to create the change, hence you tapping into your clairs. So you're having to take time to self and recognize when the universe is sending you messages to help you. It's like, even when it comes to finances, some of you feel like things aren't happening. You feel uncertain. And sometimes it's just because you can't see how far you've come. And so you're not being as patient with yourself. Yeah, you know patience is a virtue, but you like, oh, but it's been so long, divine. And the divine is saying, yeah, baby, I know. I'm still sending you messages letting you know everything is all good. Just practice a little moderation here. Be patient, practice a little moderation. And you're like, but I have been practicing moderation, divine. Like, there's things I want to get taken care of. And if there's not sufficient, because this is pentacles, right? This is material things. If I don't have certain things lined up, then how can I get the next step done? And so you've been talking to the divine, feeling uncertain about how to get certain things done. And the divine is saying, baby, I'm always sending you messages. Just be patient. And you're like, but I've been being patient. I'm ready to celebrate now. I'm ready to do my happy dance. Hey, do my happy dance. Not this dance where I'm juggling like a clown. I want to dance like her. Look, she ain't got nothing in her hands, divine. She just like la, 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 la. You got me over here juggling these bills and juggling this and juggling relationships, juggling these people. Like, I'm And the divine is saying, yeah, girl, breathe. Breathe. You got plenty of time to celebrate. You're going to be good. You just need to let go of this uncertainty. Okay, so it's some thorns and some thickets you went through, but you see the light ahead of you. You see the light of your path. You see the light ahead of you, and you know, group number 3, that the divine is sending you messages all kind of ways. You got clairsentience, clairaudience, clairvoyance. It's like, I'm trying to tell you to be kind to yourself, that you're awesome. It's time for some of you. It's time for you to leave now. They're telling you to think of the good things that you want. Believe you can do it. Take action and you will succeed. For some of you, they're telling you to say no. Don't worry, everything will be okay. Take time each day to think what you are grateful of instead of being uncertain. But it's helping many of you because you know that you're coming into self. Hey, hold on, please. Okay, group number 3 for the interruption. So a part of your weakness is just being uncertain. You guys, being uncertain and having patience. Everything is working out. You are receiving messages continuously from the divine, and they're assisting you with moving in moderation so that you're able to understand your gifts, the clairs, and so that you're able to move into this energy of celebration where you have all of what you need. The Berkana here is about home and having home. It's also with the birch. The birch is a very strong tree that has a lot of support. And so some of you feel weak because you don't feel supported. You don't feel that you have those that you can unite with. And you're just may not be having very much fun right now in life. But the more you practice moderation and be patient with yourself and keep this determination, having this confidence that you are connected to your angels, your ancestors, the Most High, that you're constantly in communication with the universe and that you're receiving messages, a never-ending stream of messages to help you. It's going to help you with being more certain of self and more in this energy of self-mastery, okay? Where you are able to celebrate. So your weakness is just being a little bit impatient for some of you, but it's because you've been juggling things for a long time and you feel like you've been doing it alone. You feel like you haven't had a lot of support, that there's no unity, and that you may not be having fun. But you are always receiving communication from the divine that is assisting you. So stay determined to master your emotions, master yourself, and to be more certain of the communications that you're receiving from the divine. Things are being sparked off so that you're able to celebrate and feel more abundant in your life. Okay, so that's been your weakness, group number 3. I want to thank you guys for joining me for this reading. Tone Star here with Tone Star Enterprises, where we just took a voyage to find out where your strength and your weaknesses lie, where you may now bring that into balance so that you're on a more even keel with your strengths and able to bring your weaknesses into a more balanced aspect of self-mastery, right? So this has been another voyage of the Enterprise. Thank you for joining me. Remember to always shoot for the moon. And even if you miss, you are still amongst the stars. And to always, always, always let your light shine bright. Thank you for joining me.